About 3 years ago, I was walking down the street and I saw this plant stand and I went yoink, and it's been slowly rusting ever since. So let me show you how to properly respray paint something. Well, this project needs a bit of extra TLC, some little tappy taps, some bendy bendies, and a once over with my Dremel to remove the rust. I also lightly sanded the surface so there's something for the primer to adhere to. Weirdly, I found some old copper tape attached to the base, maybe to deter the slugs. You'll get a much better finish if you start with a primer. Do not forget to shake the can, and when I say shake, shake it like a Polaroid picture. This is not essential, but a spray painting handle does make this a lot easier. Cover everything, all the angles. You want to put at least 2 coats on, and giving it a light sand in between. I used a 240 grit on mine. Light coats are the key to success, and wait about an hour in between each one. Oh, it's gorgeous, except for some spider webs I seem to have forgotten. But I'm obviously not going to leave it this devastating shade of millennial grey. My house is colourful and a bit funky, and I do want this to stand out. So let's pretend this is the most important decision you've ever made. Defend your choice ruthlessly in the comments. Yesterday I showed you this plant stand that I yonked off of the street and asked you to help me pick which colour it should be. Some of you picked colours that weren't even here, so I don't know how to help you with that. Which one of these is supposed to be gold? And by far, the terracotta was the most voted for. Some of you made some really good points about how the green would blend into the background. The trouble with this can, however,
I hope they still sell this,
is that it's only half full and I don't know if this is going to cover the whole thing. And that wasn't my only problem.
It's raining.
But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try my best to cover the entire thing with what I've got here and see how well it's covered when it's dry. Now, I've got many hobbies. Waiting is not one of them. You know what they say, a watch pot never dries, or something like that. If this isn't the colour you picked, this is a good time to tell me in the comments what a terrible decision I've made. I was actually pretty pleased with the coverage. There was a couple of areas which were patchy, but since my goal was to use up what I already have, I'm feeling pretty chuffed. Well, that's not bad for free.
What a stunner.
And as a little reminder of what it looked like before, you've made a great decision. And that is how to spray paint on metal. Don't forget to follow along for the next project. Did you know you can paint an oven? Let me show you how. You start by taking off the fronts of the doors. These are often unscrewed from the top and the bottom, and then carefully remove the glass. Give the surfaces a light sand with a high grit and you're ready to start. I like to apply with a paintbrush first and then a roller to make sure the finish is flush. You'll need to apply a few coats. Make sure to sand in between each coat. The best paint to use is paint designed for high temperatures. For example, barbecue paint would be ideal for this job. How to make your own accent wall. Pick 2 colours of your choosing and decide how thick you want the lines to be. And then it's time to get taping. You can do this by eye if you're a superhuman, or if you're just a regular human like me, use a laser level. A laser level shows you perfect horizontal and vertical lines. Make sure your tape is secured well to the wall and use any round objects if you want the edges to be curved. Here's the fun part. But before you get painting, a great way to get straight lines is to paint the wall with the colour that's underneath already. Some people prefer to fill the gaps between the tape and the wall with cork, but this is my preferred method. I usually do the corners by eye. Try a smaller paintbrush if this is tricky for you. You'll notice you can only finish one line at a time. That's because there's tape in the middle. I'm filling in the gaps by hand, but if you want to tape up, make sure the paint is completely dry before you do. Otherwise it will peel off. When you're done, peel off all the tape. To make it extra fancy, paint the skirting boards and the ceiling. And then you're done! Yay!